Hi, this is Ren.
And this is Casey.
This is All Walks of Film. Today we're talking about what we hate about anime. So I know there are probably going to be some weeaboos that are going to get really mad at our list. We can deal with that.
Yeah, and to be clear, this is, at least to my knowledge, this is basically our problems with today's anime. Mm-hmm. The very contemporary anime scene, let's say. Not like anime as a genre. I personally get really, really peeved when people say, oh, I hate anime. It's like, well, that's like saying you hate television. There's so much to pick from.
Yeah.
But not anymore. Not anymore.
And I personally think that anime started out really good, mm-hmm. but the reason why it started out really good wasn't because anime was better at that time. It was just that we were only getting the best of the best earlier.
I actually disagree. I've been studying the history of manga and anime. My expertise lies more with manga, actually, so maybe this is why I feel this way.
Well, manga's been good throughout.
No, that's true. So that's probably why I think that, because I know a lot about how manga evolved and why and when and for what reasons and through whatever. And so generally a lot of times with series I like the manga a lot better. Anime, that's true. Like, even Osamu Tezuka, one of my all-time favorites, a lot of his anime stuff sucks. Like, really, really bad. I mean, part of it was the fact that he was bankrupt, but... So I guess there's, like, a difference in quality between manga and anime.
Yeah.
Alright, gentlemen first.
Alright, so my number 5 is open endings.
Ooh, ouchie.
Whenever you get this anime that you get really invested into, and then, like, the series just stops. Mm-hmm. There isn't even like a notion of an open ending. Mm-hmm. Sometimes. Like, sometimes it will just stop out of thin air. Like, it got canceled, but looking at the time period, the show didn't get canceled. There's no closure at all.
What usually happens with that is that the anime catches up to the manga, and when the manga is, like, it's still being written, but the anime people, like, they run out of time, like, to close that time gap, so either what they do is they make filler, which is bullshit, or they just, okay, we're done, that's it. We've gotten up to the manga, that's it. That happens a lot.
And sometimes, obviously, with anime, like, you can change your voice actors and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it kind of sucks because it's like, wow, that was really good. Can you just, like, pick up in a couple years? And then that just never happens.
No.
Apparently that happened with the only one that I can think of that actually has happened with is the TV show Berserk. Like, Berserk. It actually picked up.
Yeah.
After, and I've heard a lot of people like that one. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Okay, I've seen 2 of the 3 movies.
Okay.
Yeah. So my turn. My number 5. This one's a difficult one because it really annoys me, but there are exceptions, of course. But it's bubblegum. Just like this, super, super cutesy moe! Just, oh my god, shut up. All the sparklies and the cat ears and then, just, oh my god.
Basically, this is, I agree with you, this is bad. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that, like, if you're an anime fan, and if you have enough knowledge of other people's taste, if you try to get them into anime, most people are going to watch that and just go, what the fuck am I watching?
Exactly. It's that stuff. Although, I tend to like things that make me go, what the fuck am I watching? Like, if it's, like, really just like, whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck am I watching? That usually means that I like it. And that's usually why I like some bubblegum okay-ish. I have my very specific exceptions. But just overall, as a trend, that was like, it was a trend in anime, and now it's just dominant
Yeah.
All over anime.
It used to be that.
All over.
It used to be that chibi was something that you did in little small parts.
Exactly.
But now it's like practically the whole thing now.
Right, like the chibi style used to be just like the extra, the omake stuff, which is just like the extras, which is why it wasn't like the main dominant part of your story or the main dominant art form, and now it's just like everywhere.
Yeah, people liked it too much.
Well, like I can at least deal with moe if it's a character or one specific element, but I can't deal with everything being all moe all the time.
All right, so my number 4 is filler episodes. you know what they are. I mean, it's whenever you're watching anime, and it happens in almost 90% of anime. There are two different things that it does. You have a beach episode where the characters all like meet up on the beach, and then
no matter what time period or location,
yeah,
or if it makes sense with the plot or where it's going, they just take a break from whatever's happening and go to the beach.
Sometimes it can even be a space show, and sometimes they go to the beach.
It made me laugh so hard. Down Abbey had a beach episode.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Yeah.
It wasn't an episode. And
okay.
It was fine. It was like part of one, but
okay.
That happened. And I was like, oh my god, Down Abbey had a beach episode. But it was better than an anime beach episode, so don't feel bad.
Okay. Yeah, filler episodes just they drive me wild. I would rather have less episodes in a season than have a filler episode. Especially the worst one to me is like, oh, in case you weren't watching, we're going to do a summary of everything you watched, and that's the episode.
That was actually going to be my number 4. That was really my number 4, was your episode being almost entirely previously and next time on. Like, I know this joke has been made a lot about Dragon Ball Z, but the One Piece anime, oh my god. Okay, so it's supposed to be a 30-minute time slot in the TV show. But you have to take 6 minutes out for commercials. Okay, so that's 24 minutes. So the opening theme song, which is awesome, I'm not gonna lie, the opening theme songs are always awesome and make you want to cry. That's 5 minutes. So that leaves you with 19 minutes. But then you seriously spend 8 minutes on the previously on. You spend 8 minutes on that, so then that leaves 11 minutes. But then you spend 5 minutes at the end of your episode on the next time on. So that's, 6 minutes. And then you have the 30 seconds that, like, is the little commercial bookend part. So that's really 5.5 minutes of story in a half-hour episode. That's 5.5 minutes in a half hour!
Just out of curiosity, was that specifically done for the American versions? Like,
No.
were they re-edit? Okay.
No, like, seriously, this is just how anime is set up now. It's like 5 minutes an epised. It's so frustrating. It's like, can I please just move on?
Well, if I ever wanted to watch an anime like that, I can watch it on Netflix and just fast forward through all that shit.
I know, but you still spend more time fast forwarding than watching the show. You will literally spend more time fast forwarding than watching it. It's just like, why? Why?
So, my number 3 is a tie. The first part is fan service. And what I mean is, like, ridiculous fan service. Like, panty shots. Especially panty shots, boob shots. Mm-hmm. You fucking know. Like, somebody, like, falling into somebody's tits. Like, nosebleeds, all this kind of shit. It was cute for the first 5 years that I saw it. Like, after a while, it's just like, oh my god, I can never watch Love Hina because that's all it is. Yeah. Also, really awkward in Miyazaki movies.
Yeah, because, like, they're always the really demure panties, but it's still just, like, I remember very specifically when I was a kid, like, so young, I didn't know what Japan was. I didn't know anime. But I was watching a Miyazaki film, and I was asking my parents, like, what is that? Like, and I was pointing at her underwear.
Yeah.
Because underwear doesn't really look like that anymore. I was just like, Mom, what is that?
Yeah, which one had the most? Was it
Kiki's Delivery Service had
Yeah.
it, and Hell's Moving Castle had it.
Because whenever she's like flying, you see it, right?
Yeah, not whenever. There's a scene where she falls into the attic room and her skirt flies up and you see her panties when she falls on the ground.
I mean, logistically it makes sense, but it's
right.
Like, come on.
Right. Yeah. My number 3 is boring stories. Because I really like melodrama manga anime. Like, even if you tell me it's ridiculous, I don't give a shit. I want the story where the dude's brother loses his body, he loses 2 of his limbs, and he's running around trying to get it back, and it's really sad and depressing, and people die, and there's lots of, like, violence, and it's stupid ridiculous, but it's like, oh my god, my heartstrings, holy shit. Really dark, very action-oriented stuff. That's the stuff I like. I don't like this, like, okay, we're walking along for an episode, for, like, another episode, for a whole series. It's just like, dude, what are you even doing? Like, you're seriously just bouncing around. Like, that's your whole series. It's like a show, like, there's less plot to it than what you see for, like, 3-year-olds. Like when the Wiggles have more plot than your anime for adults, like, there's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
I shouldn't have said the Wiggles. I should have said Dora the Explorer. That's what I meant. I meant Dora the Explorer.
Okay.
You know, like, she accomplishes more and has more of a plot than a lot of, like, slice-of-life anime. Although, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one slice-of-life manga I do really like.
Which is?
Well, I don't know about the anime because I haven't seen it, but the manga I really like is Yotsubato, and it's this cute little 6-year-old girl who runs around and punches goats in the face, and it's funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, my number 3 was tied with super childish humor. Especially in the context of something that shouldn't. You know, when you have...
What, are you talking about, like, puns?
No, I mean, like, when characters start squeeing and, you know, like, it gets super cutesy and, like, super slapsticky and goofy.
Like,
Onegaishimasu
Shujin-sama!
Yes, exactly.
It was that specific, I could just hit it on the head.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is.
No, I shouldn't have said that. I actually was part of Maid Cafe. That's a phrase we say. I just really cutesied up the dialogue. I didn't really mean content-wise. My bad. I'm not trying to make fun of where I come from or anything.
Yeah, number 2.
Okay, number 2. Big one for me! Really, really, really big one. Just today, the declining artwork. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anime and manga too, but anime used to be beautiful. Anime used to be gorgeous. Oh my god. There used to be so... Like, watch a Satoshi Kon movie and, like, tell me that's not art. Like, for real. Are you kidding me? Like, there used to be beauty to it, and now it's just, like, everything looks worse than the shittiest fan art I see. Like, literally, I see fan art for anime that looks a million times better than the anime will ever look. And it's just like, that is just the standard now, is to look like shit. I am not cool with that. I mean, like,
it looks like the How to Draw anime.
But
anime
not
books.
even as good. But, like, I get that there's always been a history of, like, the anatomical incorrectness, and I just sort of accept that. I'm just like, okay, I will suspend my disbelief and be okay with that. I personally prefer more realistic, but okay, sure. You can have your weird-ass proportions, whatever, I'll still like it, because it'll still look cool and be stylistic and whatever. Now there's, like, no substance to, like, the style, like, to the style of it. It's just bland and shitty looking.
Yeah, And the eyes went from being really big to so big they look like fucking aliens.
Well, that's mostly shoujo shit. Like, that's a trademark of a shoujo. Like, you can know it's a shoujo genre if the eyes are that big. Like, that's like the number one defining trait. Shoujo is girls. Like,
but
girls
it's also,
stuff.
but also, like, you know, the biggest problem that I have with it is, like, you can't fucking distinguish between them.
Oh, I know. That's the worst. Is when like there's the template is exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
They just maybe have like a different hairstyle or a different like one outfit they wear all the time, and you spend the whole time going, I literally don't know what the difference is between those people.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah, like you're looking at the manga section.
Mm-hmm.
Like, manga isn't as bad as anime is, as far as like with art styles.
No, and it's true.
Differing.
Like, there's definitely a change in quality. Like, for instance, Bleach. I mean,
mm-hmm.
both with the storytelling, but also with the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Bleach anime artwork is crap, but Tite Kubo's artwork in Bleach is very, very good.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, like, even between adaptation of the manga to the anime, there's always, like, a world's difference. It's very rare that an anime is better than a manga. It happens, but it's rare.
I don't know if you've seen this happen, and I swear I'm not crazy, but they have actually, with some animes, changed the look of characters to have the bigger eyes, even, like, post-animation. Like, it will be something that came out a couple of years ago, and they will actually do those eyes things to change the characters. I'm not kidding.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Like, they will, like, reanimate it with, like, these bigger, more simplified looks.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's already been animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, are we on number 1 now?
Yeah.
I think we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need to do honorable mentions? I'd rather not. I'd rather go through with it.
Yeah, let's go through with it and then
Okay,
talk about our honorable mentions afterwards.
Mine is uncomfortable sexual shit. And part of the beauty of Japanese media is that it is, like, so ridiculous and fucked up. I actually attribute the insanely low crime rate in Japan to the fact that there are so many outlets for whatever you want to do. But it's the series where everything is going along and everything is normal and you're really into it and it's all good, and then all of a sudden you find out that a 4th grader is married to her teacher. And that's just supposed to be fine. No. Or it's when I saw an anime that was it was like a little anime short, and it was really cute. It was like a little girl in her imaginary chair, and she would pretend like that the chair was like she was riding on the chair to all different parts of the world, and it was super cute. But they took every second to give a panty shot, and it's like, dude, she's like 7. Why? Why are you looking at her panties? Just why? Like, you're specifically animating it to make that happen. And then it's the hentai shit when you don't really want it. Or like, I was reading a hentai, and it was like this little kid and his uncle like left him a superhero outfit, and he himself dressed up like this big monster. And it was really cool because it was like the little kid got to pretend he was a superhero. But then the uncle tries to molest him, and it's like, oh my god, can I just like enjoy something and like it and not have like really insanely uncomfortable shit just parade in and fuck everything up? Yeah. So that's my number 1. for very obvious reasons.
That kind of feeds into mine. Mine is strictly pedophilia. And
I literally wrote it down as uncomfortable / pedophilia.
Yeah. Okay. See, I wrote mine as
specific.
I wrote mine as pedophilia plot lines, but it also falls into like fan service for underage girls. And okay, yeah. I understand it's animated, and like you people might be like, oh well, you know, it's animated, it's fine, you know, whatsoever. Nobody's being hurt in the process. And yeah, that's fucking true. But I fucking hate it. You know, because A, it doesn't turn me on. B, it's uncomfortable to fucking watch, especially sometimes because it gets thrown into anime that I actually fucking like.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm being very specific in where I'm saying I'm not upset that like Shota-con or Lolita-con, which is like little boy porn and little girl porn. I'm not like upset that exists.
Yeah.
I'm upset when it's just thrown into very normal shit.
Yeah.
that I'm liking and getting into, where I did not sign up for like really uncomfortable sex shit included. If you want to have your really uncomfortable sex shit, your love Hina, Negima, whatever, totally fine. But like, why does it have to leak all over everything else?
No.
That's my issue.
Well, and also, I mean, the normalization of it is really uncomfortable because it essentially normalizes pedophilia, which I have a major problem with. I understand there is a work of art, of fiction, Lolita, which I accept and I support that existing. But I would prefer if that plot line wasn't so normalized and so and not even damning it, because Lolita damns.
It's very gray. It's very gray, which is good. Because I know you've seen the movie, and the movie does this a bit, but not quite to the extent of the book, where it does make him sympathetic, but you also get in his head and realize just how fucked up and evil, like just pure evil, not even because of the pedophilia thing, just as a person, he is fucked up.
Yeah,
and a bad person.
But
and
when it comes to the pedophilia stuff, there isn't any of that. Like, it's,
but also, like, there's a difference between pedophilia and hebephilia too. And Lolita was hebephilia, which and to be honest, I mean, yeah, like the difference is like there's
girls
pubescent who are underage and it's taboo, but they're fully grown and they have their own sexual desires or whatever. And then there's hebephilia where they're still prepubescent and they're children. Yeah.
And that's the part that makes me really fucking uncomfortable with anime. Especially because, like, if you look at hentai, if you go online and look at hentai, that is the majority of fucking hentai. Mm-hmm. That's a problem.
Like, I think it's like the second most common. I think the most common is tentacles. Of course, there's overlap. Like, part of it is because tentacles overlaps with a lot of other genres.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, tentacles... Like, also, another honorable mention for me, rape. Mm-hmm. Especially in hentai. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, how hard is it to find a hentai that doesn't have rape in it? It's really fucking hard.
I can think of one, but the one I'm thinking of is not very pornographic, so that's part of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, and all the fucking places in between. Like, you know, we talked about Game of Thrones earlier, but like hentai, well, I mean, it's pornographic, but you know, still, it's like the predominant amount of hentai
includes rape.
Yeah, includes rape.
I think hentai doesn't, having read my fair share, it doesn't always circulate exclusively around rape, but it's definitely featured very heavily in a lot of them. More so in yaoi, gay porn, like dude on dude shit. There's way more rape than anything that involves chicks. Like that does happen with chicks and with underage girls. It does happen. Yeah. But like oh my god, like so every yaoi is about how a dude was raped and that's what made him gay. And how much he loves being raped. Like,
raped?
Yes. Like there's so many
times
that
not forceful, consensual sex?
Yes, like, there are so many yaoi where a dude gets raped for the first time, and that's how he discovers he's gay, and he's so messed up by it that he just wants to be raped all the time.
What the fuck?
Like, I can't even count, like, it more than my 2 hands at least.
Yeah.
Probably a couple more hands on top of that. How many yaoi I've read where that is the plot.
Alright, so another honorable mention that I have is the angsty protagonist. Like, you usually see him at school, Cloud Syndrome from Final Fantasy
VII. Or Shinji Ikari, oh my god.
Leaning against the window of the classroom. That guy. That guy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Always with the speakers in the ears too. Always. The little headphones. Always.
Oh, and then when people are like reaching out to him, then like he's oblivious. Like even it's annoying.
I always think gender swapping is kind of obnoxious, but even so, I have one major exception that I do like.
What, Rama 1/2?
Oh shit, that's 2. But I haven't seen the anime for Rama 1/2. I've just read some of the manga.
The manga is entertaining.
I did like the manga. I like the manga better than Inuyasha, actually.
Oh, manga is so much more entertaining and forgiving than anime.
Even the art style is better. Like, Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service is the most realistic looking manga I've really seen. I mean, off the top of my head.
I don't know. Have you ever seen anything that Junji Ito did?
No, I mean, there's definitely other ones, but the reason why I specifically pick Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service is that there is zero like fetishism of the body. Every body type looks real. I'm not talking about like the faces, although the faces do too, but every body type looks like a real normal body. It doesn't look like perfect proportions or anything like that. You know, like exactly perfect skin and like boobs that are magically perky. Like there's one chick who runs around without a bra all the time and she has saggy tits. Not like in a gross way, but like, you know, it's realistic. You know, a chick walks around without a bra, that's what her tits would look like.
Yeah.
You know, it's stuff like that.
She doesn't have like giant fucking tits like fucking Golden Boy.
Yeah, they're not like huge and propped up and bouncy and like perfectly squished together without a bra. Nothing like that, you know?
Yeah.
And also because they show a lot of naked corpses, so you do see like the full body nudity for men and women pretty much in equal proportion, like 50-50. And it's never sexualized.
Okay.
But it just is anatomically right.
Okay.
So that's why I dig that.
Well, why would you want to get turned on by that anyways? Yeah, they're
anime.
Yeah.
How many, like, even old school anime, I can think of some old school anime that features, like, fucking corpses.
Yeah, what taboo hasn't been tapped in anime?
Well, like I said, that's part of the beauty of Japanese media is that if you need to explore or have an outlet, there is a video game or a place you can go or a show for you. And that's good. It's just like, why does it have to be so prevalent in everything?
Yeah. Well,
I'm not
at
going to
least
say it should be difficult
at
to
least
get.
so
I'm just saying you
prevalent
need boundaries.
with the stuff that gets imported to the United States.
Right, that's true. That's true. But yeah, like gender swapping, I did like Ranma 1/2. The anime I like, which if you want to make fun of me, is totally fine. I know.
Oh, I haven't seen the anime.
But no, not that. Kashimashi Gyaru Meets Gyaru. Kashimashi Girl Meets Girl. I like that series. I've seen it a bunch of times. It's not great.
All right.
That's one where it's just like guilty pleasure. I know it's bad.
I will say, call me an ignorant American, but that's another pet peeve that I have with anime. Translate the titles. Like, for the love of God, translate the titles. Dude, you think
that's bad with anime? J-pop is the worst.
Yeah.
They have the longest freaking titles that it's just like, wait.
Even if it's in parentheses or, you know, like at the bottom or something like that. But sometimes, like, I look at an anime and I'm like, how the hell am I going to remember this? Because I don't know Japanese. I don't understand the language. It would be helpful, especially when I get recommended something. How the hell am I going to remember it when it's not even the same fucking language that I speak?
Yeah. Well, this isn't about anime, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to attack people, but one thing that does really bug me is when people say they use Japanese pronunciation for English words, which makes no sense. Like, for instance, the series Fruits Basket, there's no Japanese translation for that. In Japanese, it's called Fruits Basket. But the Japanese language doesn't accommodate you saying Fruits Basket, so they call it Furuba. But that's not the title. That's not the original title. That's just helpful if you only speak Japanese and you don't speak English. Then you have all these English people saying, Furuba, 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 and it's like, no, you speak English. It's an English title. It's English words. You can say fruits basket. It doesn't make you less nerdy or anything. That's just what it's actually called. That's the actual words. That's it. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not trying to, like, get on the fan base, because I'm not really into that, but that's just one, like, that's, if I was going to get on the fan base for one thing, it's that one thing. That's it.
Yeah. Do you have any?
Next time we're going to talk about what we love, so we're not super negative Nancy.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we do love anime.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Yeah. So, it's just, you can't blindly 100% accept everything. You know, even if it's something you love, or it's a genre you love, an art style, or whatever, or a piece, you can love it, but you can't blindly just not realize flaws.
Yeah. And as a hardcore film nerd, I am going to get hardcore film nerd on some anime with our next...
Wait, let me guess. Your top 5 list is going to go Satoshi Kon, Satoshi Kon, Satoshi Kon, Satoshi Kon, Satoshi motherfucking Kon!
Actually, it's Oshi, Oshi, Oshi.
Very nice. That sounds like a perfect list.
Atomo.
So Mamoru Oshi. That's 6. So it's Mamoru Oshi, Katsuhiro Tomo, and then you're gonna go straight from that to Satoshi Kon.
Yeah, well, Satoshi Kon is like he's a fucking auteur.
Well, like, if we were talking about manga, Tezuka just boom, because he created manga as we know today. But his animation business didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned for that.
Yeah.